Some of the most iconic characters were played by the perfect people, but in some instances, that was never how it was meant to be. In this video, I will run you through some last minute casting changes in film that you may never have known were going to be very different originally. Dougray Scott was all lined up to play the part of Wolverine in the original X-Men movie, but due to commitments and scheduling, his work on Mission Impossible 2, he ended up having to drop out right as filming was supposed to begin. Hugh Jackman had auditioned 9 months earlier and received the call to play the part. They had to delay the first day of filming so he could bulk up and get into shape. Looking back now, you can see they didn't really give him enough time to do that, but that's how history was made. All the money in the world was shot and finished. There was even a trailer for the movie and its upcoming release. However, due to the allegations made against actor Kevin Spacey, director Ridley Scott decided to drop the actor from the role and replace him, bringing in the necessary cast and crew to do such an unusual, arduous task, plus Spacey's replacement, the late great Christopher Plummer. Plummer reshot all of Spacey's scenes in just 9 days and was nominated for an Academy Award for the part. Catwoman is an iconic Batman character, sometimes a villain and sometimes skewing more to being a hero. Michelle's sultrier and more suggestive take on the role is also iconic, but she was not the person cast in the role. In fact, Annette Bening was all signed up for it, but when she got pregnant, she had to drop out, making way for Michelle to make history. Christian Bale was destined to play the lead role of Patrick Bateman according to him and the director, Mary Harron. However, the producers wanted a big Hollywood name in the role, as Christian wasn't yet recognisable enough for them. They wanted Leonardo DiCaprio, but the director didn't. The producers even went and announced Leo in the role at Cannes Film Festival in front of the whole world, without informing Christian or Mary. A little miffed, Mary refused to meet Leo, believing he was too young for the role, so the producers brought in Oliver Stone to direct instead. Both Leo and Oliver later dropped out, and so the producers circled back to the original director and actor. Stuart Townsend was originally in the role of Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but the day before the filming was to begin, the director and producers felt he was too young, so they fired him. They then brought in Viggo Mortensen, who felt very unprepared and out of place initially, but he soon settled into and defined the role. 5 weeks into production, it was decided that Eric Stoltz just wasn't right for the lead role in Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox was the first choice for the role, but he was initially unavailable due to his work on the TV show Family Ties. So they waited until he was available, and well, history was made. James Remar was cast to play Hicks in James Cameron's sequel, Aliens. However, weeks into production, the actor was arrested for drug possession, so they dropped him from the film. The producer then contacted Michael Biehn asking if he had a passport. Once that was confirmed, just 3 days later, he was on set filming the part. Dennis Hopper played the part of Christoph in The Truman Show, only he didn't. Due to creative differences, he was replaced by Ed Harris, who stepped in when principal photography was almost done on the film. Ed filmed his role in just 10 days. Life of Pi had been filmed and finished with Tobey Maguire in the role of the writer. However, director Ang Lee was worried Tobey was too famous and therefore distracting, so despite having finished making the film, he recast him with Rafe Spall and filmed all those scenes all over again. Samantha Morton was the original voice of her in Spike Jonze's Her. She was there on set interacting with the actors and directors, and they finished filming the film. But while editing the film, something just wasn't right. Writer and director Spike Jonze felt that the character just wasn't right and the vibes were off, so he recast the role with the voice of Scarlett Johansson. Let me know your favourite recasting and last minute casting decisions, and follow me everywhere at the Instagram Burton, and of course subscribe to this channel for more content like this.